Europe, hosts of the last Commonwealth Games in 2002, England.
England lead the way, with Tony Alley carrying the flag, 32-year-old from Sheffield, who's in the springboard and synchro swimming, same springboard diving, of course.
Yes, England won 165 medals last time around. They won 7 badminton medals in Manchester, and the star pairing now has to be the Olympic silver medalists Nathan Robertson and Gail Evans. They're ranked #1 in the world in mixed doubles. Nathan from Nottingham has recovered from the ankle injury which kept him out of the last year's World Championship. Gail's going to be busy because she's in the women's doubles as well. And it's a very strong swimming squad as well. 22-year-old Simon Burnett is the biggest name of British swimming at the present time. Since making his international debut at the last Commonwealth, he's catapulted himself into world-class form, breaking the British record in all 3 of the freestyle sprint races at the trials, including that of 35-year-old Mark Foster in the 53.
Flag of Cyprus, only used on international occasions. It's a map of their country. Herodotus Gilgalis is the flag bearer.
He is, and these are his 4th games. He comes to Melbourne to mount a joint defence of the gymnastics rings title that he won in Manchester alongside Scotland's Steve Frew. Now, remarkably, both of these men each scored 9.462 for their respective routines in the GMX that day.
Gibraltar ceded to Britain by Spain in 1713, and there have been arguments, it seems, ever since. Eloise Manasco carries the flag. 2nd games, he's in the air rifle. 21 in the team, 4 officials. Guernsey follow of the Channel Islands, last remnants of the medieval dukedom of Normandy.
Triathlete Damien Thacker is aiming to outrace his fellow Channel Islander competitors from Jersey. He said that someone has to do it on the global stage. That's what prompted him to take part.
Plenty of flags for the Isle of Man. Harry Creevy is the flag bearer from the Albert Inn in Douglas. He's the hotelier. And now we've seen Guernsey, here at Jersey.
This is the largest team that Jersey have ever sent to the Games since appearing in 1958.
Ireland in the Mediterranean, awarded the George Cross by King George VI in 1943. William Chikuti for bronze in the double trap in Manchester.
That was only their 2nd ever medal.
Northern Ireland next. It's the whole European group which comes first, as you will have guessed.
Yes, it's Louise Aiken who carries the flag. She's in the shooting events, and another man on target should be Northern Ireland's shooting star, quite literally. Retired RAF pilot David Colbert is the province's most successful Commonwealth Games competitor in history. 4 golds and 3 bronze in the full-bore rifle competition, and he's expected to be bang on form in the range in Bendigo, just outside the city centre.
And here are the Scots. Ian Marsden, shooter, making sure that everyone sees the flag.
Yes, he's making his 6th appearance as the man from Perthshire, Ian. And Scotland have gold medal ambitions tomorrow when the reigning Olympic champion Chris Hoy gets on his bike at the Velodrome. The man from Edinburgh so memorably took the time trial gold in Athens, and he's got a battle royal against the old enemy to win here in Melbourne against his great mate and Sydney gold medalist Jason Queally.
High road and the low road.
Wales.
Here is the Welsh Dragon. Is it to be for David Davies to end 50 years of supremacy in the 1500 metres by the Aussie swimmers? Dame Tanni Grey-Thompson, the flag bearer.
Yes, you mentioned David Davis, the man from Barry, is about 18 seconds faster than anyone else in the field in the 1500 metres. And March could be a big month for the Davis family. David just turned 21 and perhaps he can provide gold on his parents' silver wedding anniversary.
Incidentally, 4 golds for their 50. The Welsh team. It's going to be quite a long wait for the European competitors. Starting to split into areas.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we welcome our next guests into the stadium tonight, let's take a few moments to visit the Yarra River, where a flotilla of craft are escorting the Queen's Badminton as it approaches Princess Bridge on the final leg of its journey here to the MCG. Carrying the badminton is Glen Waverley Rovers Junior Football Club player Lindsay Blair. And now, back in the MCG, joining us from Africa, please welcome Botswana.
First of 18 nations from Africa. A republic landlocked within South Africa, population of 1.6 million. Until Moshow, the only female in her team, in their team. She's been the only female at an Olympic Games, a World Championship, and now she's got the hat-trick.
One of the newer members of the Commonwealth family. They joined in 1995. Cameroon.
Northwest Africa, south of Nigeria, population of 16.4 million. This is Carol Kaboud. In the hurdles, 100 and 400.
First games in 98 made an immediate impact, 6 medals, and they tripled that total in Manchester. 9 golds then.
The Gambia.
Gambia, a narrow strip, just 15.3 miles wide, surrounded on 3 sides by Senegal and the Atlantic coast.
Yes,
on the other.
Smallest country on the African continent. 1 medal in 8 appearances, and that was in 1970, a bronze in the men's high jump.
Ghana from Northwest Africa. Aziz Zachary, 29-year-old sprinter.
Well, Ghana didn't have any golds in Manchester, but in long jumper Ignatius Gayse, they've got a genuine hope here. He's 22 years old. He's ranked number 2 in the world after taking silver in Helsinki last year.
And we're now with the Kenyans. They have hopes too.
They do, in the shape of Benjamin Limo, the world 5,000 metres champion. He's considered the biggest threat to Australia's Craig Mottram for that title. No wonder he's keeping a low profile before the showdown on Tuesday morning, your time.
Lesotho.
Now to southeast of South Africa. For Lesotho, Moses Kopo, welterweight boxer.
Lesotho known as the kingdom in the sky because the entire country is more than 1,000 metres above sea level. One of the few places, Barry, in Africa you can actually ski.
Malawi.
But not here, in Malawi. Sun on the flag indicates dawning of a new era. No medal since 1986. Mauritius. Eric Vilazar, 400-meter runner.
took them 10 attempts to win their first medal. That came in the Kuala Lumpur Games in '98. They'd waited 40 years to get one. They got 4 then.
Big name of world athletics and the team of Mozambique.
In the shape of Maria Matola. We thought her dominance in the 800 metres was coming to an end after she lost her Olympic title to Kelly Holmes in Athens, but never count this woman out. She has great memories of her last big trip to Oz at the Sydney Games, and just last weekend she won a record 7th world indoor title in Moscow. If she can conquer the jet lag, she'll conquer the Commonwealth title for a 3rd time on the trot.
Followed by Namibia, Du Kalitz, who's in the bowls competition.
Nigeria.
Green and white of Nigeria. First games in 1950. This is their 15th appearance.
Renowned as a force in athletics, of course, but Nigeria's talent in table tennis surfaced in Manchester when Segun Moses Toriola took the men's singles gold and led his country to silver in the team event as well. He's based in Spain, fluent also in Italian, and he's Nigeria's big hope for gold this time around as well.
They are expected to bid for the 2014 games in their capital, Abuja.
Seychelles.
Actually 115 islands in the Indian Ocean, northeast of Madagascar. Lindy Leveau with their flag. She's a PE teacher and the national javelin champion.
They made their games debut in 1958. Please welcome Sierra Leone.
Literally lion mountain. Mohamed Cissé will be in the road race and the time trial in cycling.
South Africa.
Well, Ian Thorpe may have grabbed most of the headlines in the pool in Manchester, but South Africa's Natalie du Toit claimed just as many headlines here. She carries the flag. Those games were her first since losing her leg in a motorcycle accident, and incredibly, du Toit not only took gold in both of the events for elite athletes with a disability there, but she also reached the final of the able-bodied 800 metres as well, and she's entered in all 3 events once again in Melbourne. Still the South Africans come. Great hopes in the pool, of course, as well. Ronald Sherman, been a fantastic few years for Aussies, for South African swimming, rather. Stunned the world by taking the 4x100 metres relay in Athens.
Now a kingdom, Swaziland. King Mwati III, been in power 20 years. Liz James carries the flag. She's in her 70th decade, only just. She's a bowler.
The United Republic of Tanzania.
The north of Mozambique, east coast, the Indian Ocean. A party led by Philbert Bayi, the last to set a track world record in a Commonwealth Games, 1500 in 1974. Uganda follow. Irene Jambo, who's in the weightlifting.
Look out for them in the Rugby Sevens as well. Their nickname is the Rugby Cranes. You'll see them from tonight, your time, when the Rugby Sevens kicks off in the Telstra Dome.
The last of the African nations, flag carried by a man who took a boxing gold in Manchester at the flyweight level, Kennedy Kanyanta.
Joyous celebrations as they come into the MCG tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, down on the river, the Queen's baton is being handed to Barry Hall, captain of the Sydney Swans. And the first of 16 Australian rules football team captains who will relay the baton towards us here at the MCG.
They were the winners last season of the championship. Warm-up matches being played now in readiness for the new season.
Picking up the action back in the stadium. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our guests from Asia. Bangladesh.
Second largest Muslim population. 6 games, 3 medals. Saiful Alam. And the air rifle.
All 3 of their medals have come on the shooting range.
Brunei.
5th games for Brunei, got their weight, their first medal. Asian Bowls champion has the flag, Aiji Naeem Brahim.
In fact, their team of 11 athletes are all lone bowlers.
Representing over 1 billion of their countrymen and hosts of the next Commonwealth Games in 4 years' time, India.
While you try pronouncing that name, let me tell you that his friends call him Chili. So, got an Olympic silver for individual in the double trap shooting in Athens.
Yes. India was, in fact, the #1 nation in the shooting events last time around, with 14 Commonwealth titles in Manchester. And the main man, Jaspal Rana, who's already won 8 golds in his career. He needs just 2 more to equal Ian Thorpe's Commonwealth record of 10.
Malaysia.
Total of 36 medals have been won by Malaysia. This is their 11th participation. Hosted the games in 1998 in Kuala Lumpur and won more medals there, and they doubled their total from previous games.
Yes, we had a very warm welcome indeed in Kuala Lumpur, metaphorically and literally.
Big prospects in badminton.
Maldives.
Well, we have the soft eye, Maldives, southwest tip of the Indian subcontinent, 420 miles from Sri Lanka.
They're looking for their first medal as they enter their 6th games.
Pakistan.
10th games for Pakistan, 55 medals to their credit.
Hyder Ali's featherweight gold in Manchester in the boxing ring was Pakistan's first Commonwealth Games title since 1970.
Mohammed Irfan we looked at, won 3 silvers in weightlifting in Manchester. Dirk snatch and combined, this time there will only be 1 medal.
Singapore.
Team from Singapore, British trading colony in 1819.
Yes, and their strength in the table tennis events in here in Melbourne is crystallised in the petite form of Lee Jia Wei, 3-time gold medal winner in Manchester.
In 1938, they attended their first Commonwealth Games here in Australia. Sri Lanka.
Those games the announcer referred to were in Sydney. They've also been in Perth and in Brisbane. 10 medals, 3 gold for Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka means resplendent island, and it was described by explorer Marco Polo as the most beautiful island he's ever seen. It is indeed one of the most vibrant places to visit.
Vibrant is a good word for the atmosphere in the stadium.
Indeed.
doubtless out on the river where we're going now.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's leave the stadium once more as the Queen's Baton continues to make its way along the Yarra. Peter Bell of the Fremantle Dockers is handing over to Mark Prosciutto, the captain of the Adelaide Crows. Now we continue to celebrate the arrival of the athletes of the Commonwealth to Melbourne. Joining us tonight, all the way from the Americas, Belize.
Countries south of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, northeast of Guatemala, population of 280,000.
Attending their 14th games in 76 years, Bermuda.
A proud moment for 16-year-old Arantxa King. Personal best of 6.39 in the long jump. Pan Am Junior Champion and the World Junior Champion.
Hosts of the very first Commonwealth Games and 3 more since. Canada.
Chantal Petitclerc, 11-time Paralympic champion, carrying the flag. She'll be racing against Tanni Grey-Thompson of Wales here in the 800 metres title. Elite athletes with a disability. But look out too for diver Alex Despatie. He may be only 20, but he's already a Commonwealth Games veteran. When he was only 13, he became the youngest ever gold medalist at the Games on the high platform in Kuala Lumpur 8 years ago. Now he's got his eyes on a clean sweep of all 3 individual titles in Melbourne.
Falkland Islands.
Islands and plural, 700 of them in fact, in the South Atlantic. Became rather better known to the British in the early 80s. Never present since the Brisbane Games of 1982, but yet to win a medal.
Yes, and the wonderfully named Ransford Goodluck in his 4th Commonwealth Games is carrying the flag for Guyana. He'll compete in the shooting events in the full bore. And watch out too for Alian Pompey. She became Guyana's first woman to win a Commonwealth title 4 years ago.
St. Helena.
The island probably most famous for the fact that Napoleon died there. Mario Yon, 16-year-old son of the chef de mission Gilbert Yon, has their flag.
One of the most remote participants in the Commonwealth Games, about 1,000 miles off the coast of Angola. I think it's taken them something like 9 days to get here.
Cat Empire clearly enjoying themselves. Meanwhile,
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another update from the Yarra, where we can see that the Queen's Baton is making real progress along the river. Richie Vandenberg from Hawthorn has just passed the baton to Michael Voss of the Brisbane Lions.
I have to say these big strong boys are walking rather gingerly on these pontoons. I think they might be a bit slippy.
yes, gingerly is not how you would describe the game they play.
Indeed.
It's unbelievable.
Now, back to the
But very
stadium,
exciting.
ladies and gentlemen. It's time to welcome from the Caribbean,
First of 15 countries from the Caribbean, one of the Leeward Islands, Anguilla. Shara Proctor is in the long jump.
Joining us for their 7th Commonwealth Games, Antigua and Barbuda.
Another Leeward Island, two of them. Antigua the larger. That's Crystal Clashing. She's the youngest in the team. She's 16 years old. She'll be in the 50 meters breaststroke and freestyle.
Bahamas.
The Bahamas, who can certainly make their presence felt.
Laverne Eve, defending javelin champion, she's carrying the flag, but some great stars in this Bahamian team. But with Leven Sands, the clear favourite in the men's triple jump, and of course the darling of the islands, Tonique Williams, darling. Desperate to emulate her hero Cathy Freeman by holding all 3 major 400 metres titles at the same time. Wednesday morning we'll find out.
This is Barbados.
Exuberant team. They've got a mother and daughter, Jacqueline and Samantha Brown, in the netball team.
British Virgin Islands.
An archipelago of 40 islands, Leeward Islands. 5th appearance. They've only ever competed in athletics, although this man, Neil Thomas, will be the first to be cycling for them.
Cayman Islands.
Made their debut in 1978 in Edmonton, Alberta.
Another cyclist carrying the flag, Perry Merrin, but real medal chances for Kareem Street Thompson in the 100 metres and in the women's 200 metres on the track for Sidonie Mothershill.
Dominica.
Mervyn Lantang carries the flag of Dominica. 6 in the team, made their debut in 1970 at Edinburgh. Yet to win a medal. The national anthem, Isle of Beauty, Isle of Splendor.
Grenada.
Another one making their debut in 1970 and no medals.
That was Nisha Bernard carrying the flag, but Alain Francique, great chance to win the 400 metres.
Jamaica.
He's just come from Moscow in the World Indoors where he won the title there.
Jamaica and the world's fastest man.
Yes, Asafa Powell. They've sent a really powerful track team, including Bridget Foster Hilton, and of course the fastest man on the planet, Asafa Powell. Asafa means rising to the occasion, and he certainly did that last summer when he clocked 9.77 seconds. Can he finally land his first major title here? I think yes.
Wonderfully colourful gathering.
Montserrat.
The island so troubled by the volcanic eruption, the Soufrière volcanic eruption in 1995, and it's been pumping up and down a bit since. Michael Henry, only 19 years old, a sprinter.
St Kitts and Nevis.
6th appearance, but sadly, I believe, without Kim Collins, so he won't be defending his 100-metre title.
Yes, sadly, Kim injured at present. Circumstances beyond his control. So he won't be challenging Asafa Powell.
St Lucia.
And on their flag, peaks of volcanic pythons rising above the golden beaches. Flag carried by Laverne Spencer in the women's high jump, and she's got a chance.
Yes, they medalled in Manchester at the 7th time of asking when Dominic Johnson won bronze in the pole vault. Took a long time, worth waiting for.
8 games beginning in Perth in 1962.
St Vincent and the Grenadines.
These are Windward Isles, south of St Lucia, population of 117,500.
As 4 games they took part just as St Vincent, winning 2 medals, but they haven't taken any more since joining forces with the Grenadines from 1994.
The most southerly of the West Indian island states, Trinidad and Tobago.
And the flag which will be carried to the World Cup in Germany, where they play Sweden first and England second.
And it's being carried today by Mark Burns, and we could be in for a Caribbean sweep in the 100 metres because Burns made the final at the World Championships in Helsinki, and he wants to emulate Ato Boldon.
15th appearance, they missed just 3, 35 medals.
Turks and Caicos Island.
30 Windward Islands, only 6 though inhabited. This is Darian Forbes, a 21-year-old sprinter. He's a 4th-year PE student at Lincoln University in St. Louis, Missouri. One more group to come from Oceania.
Once more, we're off to the river, ladies and gentlemen, where the Batten's journey is creating quite a spectacle.
Away from Luke Ball of St Kilda. This is Stephen King of Geelong. Geelong, I beg your pardon. Very colourful sight. Very nice idea. We're meeting a few of their sportsmen from their favourite sport, well, next to cricket.
It's the season underway, and just before these games got going, footy's all over the box.
He's in no hurry. Flags resplendent on the water.
And now, for the entrance of the last of our global regions tonight, from Oceania, Cook Islands.
Well, they've been trying since Christchurch in 1974 to win a medal, but no success yet. In the South Pacific, the most easterly islands of the South Pacific.
And watch out for the Cook Islands and the Rugby Sevens, and there's a face in that side which many rugby league fans will recognise. He's Kevin Iro, formerly of Wigan, St Helens in New Zealand, nicknamed the Beasties. Back, he's changed codes 5 years after retiring from rugby to turn out for the Cooks at the tender age of 37.
And talking about the Rugby Sevens, what about this lot?
Well,
Fiji.
the flag bearer, as you can see, is in there, but the legendary 37-year-old Wasali Saravi, probably the best Sevens player who ever lived. There he is. He's now coaching the side as well and aiming to help finally bring them gold after 2 consolation silvers in the final against the All Blacks. Saravi has still got the power to totally embarrass anyone who has the temerity to try and tackle him.
Kiribati. Looks like Kiribati, but a T followed by an I is pronounced as an S in this country. 33 islands in the South Pacific.
Yes, and they were put on the map firmly and squarely. First place to greet the new millennium.
Nauru.
Nauru, just north of the Solomon Islands. 24 medals, all from weightlifting.
Yes, strength, maybe not in numbers, but certainly in physique. They're including Rihanna Solomon in this team. She's back with 2 golds from Manchester, and the hopes of a 13,000 strong nation are with her again.
New Zealand.
A big welcome for the All Blacks. Hamish Carter, 2004 triathlon champion, carries their flag. That's in the Olympics, of course, in Athens. Got the bronze in Manchester.
Yes, and a big threat to many sports, but particularly in cycling, will be Sarah Ulmer. Welshwoman Nicole Cook will be watching out for her. Better known as a track cyclist as Sarah, she's won everything there is to win on that surface. Olympic, World and Commonwealth goals, and now she's in search of a new challenge out on the roads. She carried the flag at the opening ceremony last time around in Manchester.
And of course it should be said that this team might just have a say in the Rugby Sevens.
Indeed. Expect golds for the All Black Rugby Sevens. The Silver Ferns also favourites in the netball, and watch out for their other teams, the Tall Blacks, the Tall Ferns in basketball, and the Black Sticks in hockey.
The 1 medal for 500, got 118 of the gold variety.
250 athletes in this Kiwi side, aiming to win between 40 and 50 medals.
It's getting pretty crowded down on the track. Niue. We'll find it between Tonga to the west and the Cook Islands to the east in the South Pacific. Sio Hayoti, super heavyweight weightlifting.
And the New Ireland's rugby team has a haka to match the All Black. It goes something like, we are cannibals, we will catch you, we will tear you apart, and then eat you. And in actual fact, I remember, Barry, in Manchester, they came in and did the haka in the studio. Sue and I were slightly unnerved.
The smallest territory in the Commonwealth, Norfolk Island.
Smallest territory maybe, but the Baton spent 4 days in Norfolk Island. Another shooter with the flag, Milton Bradley, 4th consecutive games. Only medal was in ladies' bowls.
Papua New Guinea.
Eastern half of the island of New Guinea, plus 600 nearby islands.
May Koimi, the first Papua New Guinea winner in the 100 metres to break 12 seconds. She'll be competing in the MCG when the track UK with the bets get underway.
Samoa.
Once a German protectorate, occupied by New Zealand at the start of World War I, independent in 1962. Knocked Australia out of the Rugby Sevens last time around, and of course they used to be called Western Samoa.
You might remember Shaka Sola, shot putter from Samoa, who missed his flight to Helsinki's World Championships last year. It was too late to enter the shot, so he had to go at javelin instead. It was a lifetime best, obviously, and he was an instant star with the javelin mad fins. He is competing in the shot this time.
Slightly bedraggled team, it has to be said. And a gap between groups 1, 2 and 3.
Solomon Island.
Here, presumably, Hazel are the wisest people in the world. Solomon Island.
Well, apparently, yes. In fact, it was a Spanish explorer Alvaro de Mendana who discovered alluvial gold on the Guadalcanal in 1568. He believed he found the source of King Solomon's great wealth, and he named the islands the Isles of Solomon as a result.
I wonder if they have any disputes there. 5th game since 1982, still looking for the first medal.
Tonga.
Archipelago of friendly islands united into the Polynesian Kingdom in 1845, British protectorate in 1900, independent in 1970. Only monarchy in the South Pacific.
Yes, they have athletes, boxers, weightlifters, and of course a rugby sevens team. They're in Samoa's group, actually, along with South Africa and Uganda, and you'll be able to see the start of that sevens tournament this evening when we get underway. Your time, that is. There's a few hours sleep, hopefully, for us in between.
The 7th games. 1 medal, a bronze from a boxer, Pai Wolfram, super heavyweight in 1994. That was in Victoria, British Columbia.
And it was no fluke either, because he won an Olympic silver 2 years later.
Tuvalu.
9 low-lying atolls in the Southwest Pacific. 4,500 kilometers from Melbourne, if you'd like to know.
Alan Rasturi, a weightlifter. I beg your pardon, he's a table tennis player. He's carrying their flag today. And very interesting, a major source of income for Tuvalu is derived from the licensing of its .tv internet domain. It nets them about £3 million a year.
Vanuatu follow. Their national anthem is Yummy, Yummy, Yummy. And it means we. We what? I'm afraid I can't tell you.
And in their midst, the youngest ever competitor at the Commonwealth Games, it's not that lady, she is 12-year-old table tennis player Joshua Shing, who will take the bow for Vanuatu, making history in the process.
And
We're
finally,
waiting for...
ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the last of our teams into the stadium tonight. The proud hosts of the 18th Commonwealth Games, Australia.
So once again, Advance Australia fair.
That is an anthem I think we will all know the words to by the end of these games.
Especially in the pool with the ladies. Prime Minister John Howard applauding vigorously.
Well, it's Jane Saville who carries their flag, a race walker, first ever race walker to carry a flag for any nation at the Commonwealth Games.
And very nice for her, because she was the lady who was pulled out 200 metres from the stadium in Sydney when she thought she was going to win the 20-kilometre walk.
Well, you mentioned how strong this huge team will be in the pool. The women particularly, there's even talk of 17 golds for the girls alone. And you won't get terribly long odds on Libby Lenton claiming 7 of those. The 21-year-old from Brisbane broke the world record for the 100 metres at the Aussie Trials earlier this year. And she's one of a triumvirate of female freestylers who could clean up in Melbourne. Watch out for Jodie Henry and Alice Mills in the mix as well. Meanwhile, on the track, Australia's in a right lather about the chances of Craig Mottram. No athletes won the 1,500 metres 5,000 double at the Commonwealth Games. And the local lad's got a good chance of making history here. He'll walk from his home to the MCG, about 200 metres away. And in Melbourne, it's netball, which has the honour of closing out the games. That's the last goal to be won, and it's a sure bet that Australia will play New Zealand in another Trans-Tasman showdown. The Australians have pipped the Silver Ferns by a single goal in each of the last two events, and for me, it's going to be one of the highlights of these games.
And just behind them, I think it's fair to say it's likely to be England against Jamaica for the bronze.
The bronze, yes.
Major sporting nation, Australia, and this, the people of Melbourne say, is the sporting capital of the country.
Well, it's Australia's largest team ever at the Commonwealth Games, 431 of them. Target 2006 has Australia aiming for 208 medals. That's one more than they claimed in Manchester. They'd like 88 gold medals. It's quite a thought.
Well, they've got 1,691 at the moment.
It's the most successful nation ever in Commonwealth Games history.
What an auditorium that looks.
Resplendent in their green and gold blazers.
Some 80,000 here to applaud them.